So we have the newspapers. Let's look at what stories are dominating the front and back pages. We start with the Daily Graphic.
All right, on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper, limited voters registration starts but patronage low. We must work towards national unity. That's a message from a former president of the Ghana Bar Association, Nutsi Fafakwenya here. The details, page 20 of the paper. Need for political season. Let's debate pros and cons of incumbency. That's something attributed to President John Mahama. It's got pictures of Dr. Edward Mahama of the PNC, President John Mahama of the NDC, Nana Konadu Rawlings of the NDP, Nana Akufo-Addo of the NPP, and Ivor Greenstreet of the CPP. Also, don't be used as weapons of violence. Oponing Frimpong and Chivimama advise youth. Group Indum acquires bank in the United States of America. That story on page 71. I'll touch on it for you. Back page of the graphic. CRI embarks on project to prevent cassava epidemic from spreading into Ghana. And fire guards TI Ahmadiyya Boys Dormitory at Fomina. Details of all these headlines in the paper. Now let's get into page 71 of the Daily Graphic newspaper, and let's talk about Group Indum and Pakwesi Indum, who's acquired a bank in the U.S. That's like such a big deal, really. It says that Group Indum yesterday successfully completed a transaction to acquire a bank in the United States of America. The acquisition is acquisition of Illinois Service Federal Savings Bank by Group Indum follows the regulatory approval by the U.S. Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. But what do you think? This is a Ghanaian man, a Ghanaian businessman who does business in Ghana, and then he buys a bank in America. For me, the little that I'll take out, anything is possible. The fact that you're Ghanaian or you're black is not a hindrance. I don't know, Roland. Maybe we can buy a television station in the U.S.
Yeah, we should try.
See, yes,
we should.
It's possible.
Let's go and live in the U.S. for 3 years. I'm sure when we come back.
No. Yeah, and set up some businesses in Ghana, make a lot of money in Ghana, and then we ship the money to the US to go and buy a television
station. There's nothing
station
that you can dream about that you can't achieve.
If you want to join us, let us know. I mean, kids will be answer.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
We're setting up a trust fund, really. Front page of the Daily Guide has a story. Chaos hits voter registration. 2 logos also pop up, and then you have a hand there of Dr. Zanato's voter ID card. Voter ID card also with the wrong registration date.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yesterday was 28.
And they kept quoting the dates, 24th, 26th, 27th. But I know on this one was 27th. I don't know how many cards, but there's only one card we're saying.
Doesn't make it invalid because the exercise didn't start on the 27th. So if you have a 27 dated card, what does it mean?
I guess we have to talk to some of. I think we have to speak to the Electoral Commission.
Nobody's talking from there.
Yeah, but Christian Usupari,
he's head of administration.
No, I've been told that the EC boss says should make his phone available. Open the phones, Christian Usupari.
Really?
So that we can talk to you.
So why did he take the communication thing of him and his administration?
Right now, they are looking for people to.
So if he wants to do his job, he won't be speaking because he's administration.
Well,
just write letters.
ECU apparently has also been sued over Opal, representation of the People's Amendment Law. And then we also have man killed son, also commits suicide, a 32-year-old driver, we're told, ending his life and that of his son.
I'll continue with the Weekend Finder. EC sued over Opal. I'll read a bit of that for you. Also, Catholic bishops disown bonking priests.
Have you done the Ghanaian Times?
No, I haven't. But let me go over to page 2, the Weekend Finder, and share a little bit of this story about the suit and who is behind it, or who are behind. This is the page 2. Where's the story? Charlie Finder, don't do this to me. You've never done this to me. The story is not there.
Welcome to the Finder.
It says story on page 2. Where's page 2?
You go. Open the next one.
This is page 4. Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's page 4.
All right.
That's page 2.
Yeah, page 2. They haven't.
Sorry, Finder.
Okay, so story put together by Elvis Darko in Accra says, a non-political advocacy Ghanaian group based in New York City in the United States of America has filed a suit to the in the Human Rights Division of an Accra High Court, praying the courts to order the Electoral Commission of Ghana to immediately implement the Representation of the People Amendment Acts, Act 699. So on page 40 of the recently released Strategic Plan 2016-2020 of the EC, it acknowledged the need for a roadmap for ROPAL implementation, but was quick to add there is currently no plan. So we'll see how hard this suit will push the Electoral Commission to do what they are supposed to do. Roland, before you come in, let me go to page 9 about this priest who is alleged to have impregnated a young lady.
The Cameroonian priest.
Okay, now we are qualifying like he's not Ghanaian priest. Really, a priest is a priest. Once he's accepted in the fold and he's doing the business. It says that
now you're calling me Roland Nativo. Stop this.
It says that the General Secretary of the National Catholic Secretariat, Very Reverend Father Nicholas Efriye, says it cannot in any way get involved in the case of a Cameroonian Catholic priest resident in Ghana who is entangled in a paternity case. According to him, the said Catholic priest, Reverend Father Vefs Lucien Iva Ganyana, who has diplomatic immunity, does not work with the Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference. Okay, now that we get this, then yeah, he doesn't work with the Catholic Bishop Conference, so that's
go to the Vatican and petition.
Maybe the Vatican doesn't also acknowledge, you know, they don't recognize him, he doesn't exist.
Catholic priest. Chop that in. Front page of the Daily Dispatch. Mahama on NHIS. Outpatient department was over 29 million in 2014.
Which of the hospitals?
And then we also have a special outpatient plan for NHIS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's those who
the
access
entire
service.
country.
Those who access service.
29 million in 2014.
And then we also have special elections, pull-out, C center spread, and then those are the story we have. But let's look at the center spread in which they have this very pull-out. I am congratulating the Daily Dispatch for this. They've been doing this, I think, the beginning of the week. You have our Sing Central MP, Honorable Kennedy Ohinie Japan. You also have Inusa Fuseni, Tamale Central, Adansia Sokwa, Kwabna Tahir Hammond. I don't know why they keep using this old picture when he was a deputy energy minister in the Kufuor government for Tahir. Oh, Katie Hammond. Change this picture for him. It's a beneficent. And then you go there, you have a lot more. A lot more.
Oh, that's Inusa Fuseni.
Yes.
Tamale Central.
He's trimmed down from this very shape. He's looking a lot more leaner these days. He says.
So these old pictures for all three, right?
Yes, but I think Kenya Japan still is the same.
All right, let me do the New Statesman newspaper. EC grant scheme against NPP exposed. Issues wrong voter ID cards in opposition strongholds. Okay, now this one seemed to want to clarify exactly where the things are happening.
Yeah, because according to the reports,
really
the ID cards which had the wrong inserted dates were reporters in the Ashanti and Eastern region. Those are the strongholds of
okay. Zanator is now a registered voter in Klote Kole. But we don't know yet how this would impact on the ongoing court case. NPP has a winning team. Inclusion of Joe Gate, Alan and Co. lauded. The power of the masses can provide cover for nation wreckers. Comes with a picture of Jifar Tivo, who's actually been trending for the past couple of days. NPP intends to harm some Ghanaians. Chris Akome calls for more tribal campaign from Jifar Tivo. Really? Okay, but sometimes the headlines don't really indicate what the person is saying, so you can grab the paper and read the details.
We also have front page of the Ghanaian Times, has a story, poor show on day one of limited registration. And we have a picture there inserted of registration officers at the Liberty Avenue School here in Accra, registering an eligible voter. Just seeing the name Liberty Avenue reminds me of the elections. It's so fun on election day. It's going to be butu. Paula Foko, former chairman of the MPP, testifies against the MPP. That's a story on the front page. Man also killed son, commits suicide in the process. And after we have government to build 10,000 houses in 5 years. Who said that? It's up. Who said that?
Who said what?
10,000 houses.
Government to build 10,000 houses in 5 years. So go to page 4.
Page 4. Let me go to page 4.
Maybe something ahi.
Times. Let the story be there. Okay. Sorry, it's there. It says 10,000 houses are to be constructed across the 10 regions within a period of 2 to 5 years. The show, and consequently, a national housing awareness and data collection roadshow intended to generate data to determine the real housing needs of local people kick-started in Accra. And the show, dubbed Home for All, will enable government to set a clear strategic framework and goals to achieve the estimated 1.7 strategic framework. Inaugurating the show, the Deputy Minister of Water Resources, Works and Housing, Samson, he said it was time to... Were you at the event?
No, I wasn't. You
just predicted?
Yes. So he said that.
Are you a prophet?
Prophetess.
Predict the election. Life. Please.
Okay, I have to pray about it. I have to reflect. You have to give me maybe 2 days off, and then
go to the mountain, Atia Mountain. You go to Achimota Forest.
No. Achimota Forest is not.
Mountain. Or which one?
There are too many cars. Atria.
Atria Mountain. It's called Atria. Where is it?
You have to pay for me to go with Prophet Chum. Prophet Chum is going to the Atria Mountain so that I can. Yes. So I can, I think they're going on Friday or today or something.
I have a friend.
You have to pay for me to join them.
Mrs. Felicia Irajwa Danso. She's a very good prophetess.
Yeah.
She can dream, and then when she dreams, the dreams come true.
So sponsor me.
And she dreamt that a political party with their candidate will win the election. Felicia, wherever.
But isn't that obvious? I want to go and come.
It's obvious that a political party and
then I'll come back with a name. And then I'll also come back with the exact figure.
Look, I dreamt.
Just sponsorship.
I dreamt. Wait,
no.
I dreamt.
As for your dreams.
Oh, no, it's true. I dreamt. And it said whoever will win the election is going to win first round. That person is a candidate of a political party, not an independent candidate, presidential candidate. It's a dream.
Useless dream.
It's not useless.
The Business and Financial Times. Anybody can predict that. The Business and Financial Times newspaper. Fertilizer subsidy could take a hit. Economy grows slowest in 15 years and tallow lowest spending forecast. These are the front page headlines. Back page, brown cards for motor insurance policyholders. By June 1, KLM starts direct services to, is it Genoa and Valencia?
Genoa, is in Italy, and Valencia.
364 accountants gain membership. Congratulations to all of them. That's it for the newspapers. Quickly, before we make way for road.
This is the thing I don't do because I don't get chance to travel. I know cities all around the world, so I watch a lot of YouTube.
Who believes you? Let's get on to myjoyonline.com quickly. Benedict is on standby. Do we have the connection? If we don't,
we do.
Let's go to.
Okay, we have Codeo blames low turnouts for voter registration on poor publicity. Mama V, did you? Oh, you're already a registered voter.
Yes.
Where did you vote the last time? Did you vote at all?
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
Tremonting Eja constituency.
Oh, I was West Wogo.
Exactly. The only issue is that I've moved from that location
that's
now.
Bourgeois, so all of them are plush.
I don't think it would be fair.
I keep wondering what the MP does because our MPs, all they promise is roads, those things there. And that place, East Legon and Jobler, they already have roads, water, and those things. I keep wondering what they... When he comes to the studio and I say that, he say, hey.
But he's got other areas.
So we have real needs.
He's got, yeah. It's true. But that's why I voted the last time. Are you registered?
Sure.
Okay.
Did I vote the last time?
No, you didn't. So, 10,000 suspected foreigners cross-border into Jomoro. Samia raises red flags. These are some of the stories. Also, Eastern region records over 25,285 teenage pregnancies.
That person is from the Eastern region?
In 2 years.
No,
it's not.
Plush.
It's just the...
What a plush pregnant woman.
Mahama has taken Ghana back to HIPIC. Flag bearer of the Progressive People's Party, Dr. Papakwesi Ndum, has lamented over the reckless borrowing of the Mahama-led administration, which has taken Ghana back to highly indebted poor country status. Among other stories, we have myjoyonline.com. You can log on and then...
Let's quickly rush through City FM. online. And then we have Zanetto's registration won't save her, according to lawyer. Mahama also orders reconstruction of Katasi Defense Wall. Reconstruction. The first one was parties abusing challenge process in registration exercise. Oh, you are. And then we have 5 to 10% hike in fuel price looms in May.
Hey, and May is just
Don't
like
worry.
what?
MPA, we are ready. We will pay. We will pay.
Let's do the Africa page of the BBC.
We will pay.
Africa page, African leaders to hold Elephant Summit. Like, seriously.
Elephant Summit.
African heads of states prepare to meet in Kenya to discuss how to save the continent's elephant from extinction.
Because people kill them and take the ivory, go and sell.
Okay.
That's it.
Have we done a serious analysis of how the elephant benefits the continents?
Wildlife brings stories in, etc. That's how it benefits us. And then we also need to make sure that
How
they don't
much-
get extinct.
How much of the
Because
elephants
the
do we
poaching-
have in Ghana?
Oh. Have you been to Mole?
I'll be watching
Have you been-
critically.
have you been to
Yes,
Mole
I
Park?
have.
Yeah.
I have. I'll be watching critically the heads of states who go for this function, because
They're mainly from Africa and the rest of the world. Because the ivory,
How
we
much-
don't use mainly in Africa.
how
It's
much
exported.
do they themselves care about these elephants? Are they just going because it's a summit?
I think
know?
tourism is one of the leading, if not the leading, foreign exchange earner or revenues for Kenya. They have their huge safaris and they use that to generate a lot of revenue. You go up, you see George Weah.
Yeah, he says he will run for president again after Salif's term completely expires, you know?
I think he has a great chance. I've interacted with him a couple of times. 8 times I visited Liberia, I think 2 times I did. And he looks great. He looks like he's well poised. This is what he did. After football, he went to educate himself in the US. He did his undergrad in a US university, did his master's in a university. So he's transitioning, unlike sometimes normal footballers who don't do the transition very well. And I think that he's well posed for it. Liberia is a small country, but he can mean well for his people if he's dedicated.
All right, let's get on to what's up now. Good morning, Mama V. I support Ariaga's comment. Political parties become the agents of ECs in every corner of the country. Thanks for your message. Add your name the next time you send us a message. This one says, why can't our leaders learn from Group Indum to offer more jobs in the to the youth in Ghana? David from Saboba is suggesting. Hashtag AM Show for saying is Safi and WhatsApp logo says, instead of Mrs. Charlotte say to concentrate her effort on giving Ghana a clean register, she's busy copying logos. Well, she denies that, so you can't say it. If you've got proof, see her in the courts. This one says, good morning, how can I transfer my vote from a region to another?
I think that
simple.
That time will come too.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you can go to the local office, electoral office in your area, and then find out. Yeah, I think there's a process. So
the avenue is there. The thing is, we also have to complement the Electoral Commission to do a lot more education, and I think that if we do that, we also help the whole
We've been
process.
doing, Roland. We've been doing.
I think we need to do a lot.
Yeah,
more.
but we're not. It's not like we are free. When we don't have electricity, we buy fuel. Nothing is for free. So as we do it, you also have to give us something.
Everyone, you're incorrigible. You're so difficult.
Okay, good morning, Roland and Mrs. Abuaje. Hassan looks more serious now, maybe because he has a new party owned by himself. Only time will tell. James Dakurubu Najon, number 1, Bumpurubu Yoyon, sending us that message. Okay, let's read this. This one says, good morning, Roland. Okay, no, I think I've read this. So
we have to wrap up.
Yeah, we have to wrap up. One more. Pakis in Breakum, you say very nice things about us. We thank you. And he says, I wish you a freaky fiesta, fantastic fantasy and gymnastic Friday. Oh my God, it's like, mwah. Thank you for the message. That's Pakis from Breakum. And lots more that we can't read, so we have to make way. One final one. Good morning, Roland Mama V. Could you believe that the title for the registration exercise posters even confuse people for population census? The title reads, Get Counted instead of Get Registered. Please help us talk to the EC to be taxed and straightforward. Mickey, Cassier Anglican, please send us a picture of the poster.
Is it Adan Kase?
Okay, Mickey, you're watching, so you can clarify
Kase,
for us.
is that Tada?
But please take a picture of what you mean. The poster that you say is titled "Get Counted" instead of "Get Registered," and send it to us.
Yes, if you have a picture, I think that would be great.
Please do
All
help
right, we
us.
have to take a break. When we come back, Benedict Owusu, who will be traveling to New Zealand very soon to cover a tournament for us.
What tournament is that?
Benedict, what tournament is it?
Charlie, we don't want promises now. We want to get the tickets.
I'm wetting his appetite.
Before we announce
I'm wetting his appetite.
our traveling, schedules. You know what I mean?
Well, so we have to take a break. When we come back, Benedict will be here with a lot more sports. Do stay on.